My name happens to be Francis.
TV Crazy Man here, remembering the Forgotten Francis the Talking Mule movie series.
Now I've seen everything.
That put Clint Eastwood and Leonard Nimoy to work before they were famous.
Geronimo!
Francis, hold it, Francis!
Francis the Talking Mule movie series paved the way for talking animals like Mr. Ed on television.
Hello, I'm Mr. Ed.
But a TV show would not be in the cards for Francis, except for one special TV appearance. In fact, one might say Francis inadvertently led to Mr. Ed's big break on television. If it wasn't for Francis, who knows, maybe we would have never had Leonard Nimoy as Mr. Spock on Star Trek, or Clint Eastwood as Dirty Harry.
I told you I saw the mule talk.
Francis actually started from short stories written by David Stern that were combined into the novel Francis in 1946.
Francis.
All right.
Then you can talk.
In 1948, Stern published a sequel where Francis goes to Washington with his buddy Peter Stirling.
Lieutenant Stirling.
So, that's it.
Donald O'Connor was known for his dancing, and besides the Francis movies, he is also very well known for the movie Singing in the Rain.
I'm not crazy.
That's debatable, Lieutenant.
He had a long career in the entertainment business that started in the 1930s and ran well into the 1990s. The voice of Francis was provided by Chill Wills for 6 movies. Wills actually appeared in Francis Joins the Wacs as General Ben Kay.
Attention.
Come on, Francis, no games. I'm tired.
The mule was actually a female named Molly.
Hey.
According to Wikipedia, Universal paid $350 for the mule, which in turn made them millions. Molly was trained by Les Hilton, who also trained Bamboo Harvester, the horse that played Mr. Ed. A thin line was used to get the mule to talk. According to Wiki, it was fed into the mule's mouth, which would cause Molly to try to remove it, and thus make her appear to talk. The same technique was used for Mr. Ed. It's easy to catch the strings from time to time in both Mr. Ed and the Francis movies. Francis only appeared on television on the show What's My Line in 1952. Unfortunately, Francis refused to talk as the host was doing the talking for him, or her, depending on how you look at it.
Due to circumstances beyond our guest's control, our guest is not able to answer questions himself. I will have to answer them for you as best I can.
Francis director Arthur Lubin was interested in bringing the Talking Mule to television, but couldn't get the rights, so he bought the rights to another series of books about a talking animal, Mr. Ed, and the rest is history. In the first movie, Peter Stirling tells his boss, the bank manager, the story of how he met Francis during World War II.
What?
Whereas a junior officer, Stirling kept getting sent to the psych ward for insisting that a mule can actually talk.
Who said that?
I did.
Don't be ridiculous.
Francis just doesn't talk. He's brilliant, and he knows what's going on more than the military does. And he's able to help Stirling make it through the war. This first movie also features actors John McIntyre, Tony Curtis, and from It's a Wonderful Life and the TV series Toby Gillis, Frank Phelan. Now here's a few scenes I found in the first movie where the wires that were used to help Francis act were actually visible.
Don't be an ass.
Be that as it may. Hammond, quick. Behind those bushes over there. Hurry. Hammond, quick. Behind those bushes over there. Hurry.
In the next movie, Francis and Stirling get into the world of horse racing. Coincidentally, Mr. Ed's Larry Keating appears in this one.
Is that a mule? Talking mule.
Also appearing was the Maytag repairman, Jesse White.
It's true. Look at him. A mule talking.
Hayden Rourke, who played Dr. Bellows from I Dream of Jeannie, appeared, but sadly he didn't play a psychiatrist for Stirling. It would have been very fitting.
I'd sure wonder what's on that kid's mind, if he had one.
Francis Goes to West Point in 1952 had a lot of young and up-and-coming stars, including classic television's David Janssen from The Fugitive as Corporal Thomas, and the Dukes of Hazzard's James Best as Corporal Ransom. Even more interesting is the appearance of Star Trek's Leonard Nimoy, who isn't even given any credit in the movie.
Looks like he's blown his marbles.
Never mind that. It looks like the mule is talking to the coach.
Oh, you...
Nimoy, who appears a couple of times as the football player, was only 21 years old when the film was released, about 14 years before Star Trek would be first broadcast on television, and he would forever be known after that as Mr. Spock.
I told you I saw the mule talk.
Most illogical.
He's that important to the game?
Important, the boy asked.
Now this may be the biggest goof of the entire movie series. Now keep in mind that Francis only talks to Peter Stirling, usually until towards the end of the movie. At this point it's still a secret, and yet, as Peter walks by after a lengthy discussion with Francis, we discover that there's been a man there the whole time, and apparently he wasn't too impressed by a talking mule. And Francis covers the big town in 1953. Peter becomes a news reporter for a newspaper. Gale Gordon from 3 different Lucy shows and Dennis the Menace stars as well.
Raise your right hand. Your right foot.
This is the best I can do. Yeah.
In this scene it looks like they used a cartoon tail for Francis. Guess they couldn't get Francis to lift his tail.
I do.
The witness, this animal is testifying from hearsay.
Cousins got their assets frozen here in the year 1929. Duchess of Jersey is eloping with her chauffeur.
The background here is a film projection. You can see this man's shadow giving it away as he walks by. Plus it's usually easy to tell anyway if you're watching it on a big screen TV. Not quite as easy on a phone though.
Right down to the shoulder.
Now here's another string that almost looks like it may be used to get Francis to move his head around. Or Molly, I should say.
But I still got my own teeth. Hey, they're raising taxes again.
The one thing they never explained is who taught Francis how to read. I mean, I get he's smart, but still, didn't he have to go to school? The next movie, Francis joins the Wacs in 1954. The voice of Francis, Chill Wills, appears as General Benjamin Kay.
So you're the talking mule, huh?
It's the only time that I know of in the Francis movies where we get to see the face of the man behind the mule.
Come on, speak up. Are you giving me permission to sound, officer?
Fun fact, Chill was also a singer and he was in the movie The Alamo with John Wayne.
This is all utter nonsense. Typical. Once those icebergs melt, there ain't no stopping them.
Francis in the Navy was Clint Eastwood's first credited role.
Yeah, what the well-dressed bosun mate wears when he impersonates an army officer.
He actually appeared in one other movie first, Revenge of the Creature, but he wasn't credited for that one.
Well, maybe so, Doc, but there were 4 rats in there when I changed my lights. Now there's only 3.
In 1962, Clint guest starred on Mr. Ed, probably as a favor to Francis director Arthur Lubin. Just imagine, if it wasn't for Francis, there might not have been any Dirty Harry. David Janssen returned as a different character, and Adam 12's Martin Milner starred as Rickson. Also, Jim Backus from Gilligan's Island starred as Commander Hutch.
You just flew in?
Yes, I came to buy a mule.
A mule?
Here's another example of a projected film used as a background. Never quite looks exactly right. I guess it was the old version of today's CGI backgrounds. So now we're up to Francis in the Haunted House from 1956. Donald O'Connor quit and was replaced by Mickey Rooney, who played a character named David Prescott in this last Francis film.
I must be off my rocker.
Entirely within the realm of possibility.
No explanation was given in the movie as to where Peter Stirling had gone to.
This is ridiculous.
Paul Frees replaced Chill Wills as the voice of Francis. Frees did the voice of Boris Badenoff in the Rocky and Bullwinkle show.
You've been in politics for 20 years. What's so strange about a talking jackass?
The movie didn't do nearly as well without Donald O'Connor and Chill Wills.
Do you know a mule named Francis?
I think one of the funniest parts that stands out to me is the psychiatrist scene with Olan Soule, or Soule, I've heard it pronounced both ways. You know him from the Andy Griffith Show and as the voice of Batman on the Super Friends. He tries to hypnotize Mickey Rooney and ends up going insane when he can't get Rooney's character to admit that there's no such thing as a talking mule.
A hopeless case. Mine's all gone.
Come on, baby!
One last goof for you. When Francis jumps out of the way, his legs are way too stiff. unless he's got really bad arthritis. And that was the last we saw of the famous mule, except in Dell comic series that ran from 1951 to 1960. It's actually kind of amazing that with all the reboots that Hollywood is known for, nobody has ever thought of giving the poor old talking mule Francis another shot. I mean, he was super popular back in the day. Well, if you'd like to see more talking animals, check out my Mr. Ed video. And there's always Mr. Fred on Green Acres. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. Please support the TV Crazy Man channel by hitting the like, commenting, and sharing this video to help push it forward to more viewers. And if you like cartoons, check out my other channel, Frady Cat Cartoons. Thank you, and have a great day.